Ai, Jesus!
A man named Kenneth from Oklahoma recently took to TikTok to share what he believes is a terrifying haunting inside his apartment. According to Kenneth, he frequently senses a dark presence lingering around him. He even suspects the entity could be the ghost of a young child. His dog often reacts to things that Kenneth cannot see, suddenly becoming anxious and frightened for no obvious reason. He also claims to have witnessed objects moving completely on their own. Hoping to figure out what was happening, Kenneth started recording these strange incidents whenever they occurred. The footage he has collected so far is difficult to explain.
I swear to God, that thing is moving. Watch that, babe. Is that moving? Ooh! Holy shit.
While relaxing in his living room one day, Kenneth noticed something unusual out of the corner of his eye. A spray bottle resting on the table appeared to shift ever so slightly. Curious about what he had just seen, he kept his eyes fixed on it. That's when things became even stranger. The bottle slowly began sliding across the tabletop, inch by inch, moving closer and closer to the edge. Then, without any warning, it suddenly lurched forward and crashed onto the floor. Based on the way it moved before falling, the incident didn't appear natural or easy to explain. And over the next several days, the activity only became more unsettling.
Yeah, it's definitely moving.
Even more mysterious.
Come on, focus.
None of Jessica's other cameras. Pick the figure up.
My camera usually catches anybody walking in and
I
out.
even got something down there.
The camera over the door did not catch anyone.
That's not
At all.
jamming.
Now it's around the back door.
Yeah, it is. I need the light.
Up anything either.
And as for any other cameras in the area,
The hell?
Neighbor from right across the street. I
mean, look at that.
through her videos and nothing showed up.
It's super weird, but also intriguing and compelling to me. Other security.
Oh.
One evening, while lying in bed, Kenneth noticed his bedroom door move just a little. Intrigued, he grabbed his phone and started recording. Moments later, it happened again. He watched as the door slowly swung closed, stopping only when it pressed against an object he had intentionally placed in front of it, an object that should have prevented the door from moving at all. To this day, Kenneth still has no explanation for the strange events taking place inside his apartment. As always, let me know what you think about this one. Our next video comes from a man living alone in a small cottage. He began recording after repeatedly hearing strange noises coming from his attic. Over time, he had been documenting these unsettling sounds, which almost always occurred during the night. From heavy thumps to mysterious creaks, all kinds of unexplained noises seemed to be coming from the attic. At first, he assumed they were simply caused by the age of the house. But one night, while checking the attic like he always did, something terrifying happened. Without warning, a piece of furniture suddenly flipped over on its own, startling him beyond belief. Instinctively, he dropped everything including his phone and ran from the attic as fast as he could. Judging by his reaction, whatever happened genuinely terrified him. Even now, he refuses to stay in the house and has been living with a friend instead. Both of them remain convinced that something is haunting the attic, if not the entire cottage. Fortunately, the entire incident was captured on camera. So what do you think was hiding inside that attic? Let me know your thoughts. A pair of paranormal investigators received a mysterious doll in the mail, and what followed nearly blew their front door off its hinges. The chilling footage you're about to see was recorded by Brazilian investigator Tiago and his team after they agreed to examine a doll sent by someone who claimed it was responsible for the disturbing supernatural activity taking place inside their home. At first, nothing unusual happened, but then one night, the lights suddenly went out and the entire house seemed to turn hostile. What their cameras captured next sent equipment flying across the room and nearly knocked them over as well. Take a look.
Amor, lá embaixo, eu acho bom você jogar em primeiro lugar e bastante naquele banheiro.
No banheiro?
É, porque é o lugar que mais faz barulho.
Tá.
Aí, joga bastante aí, tá?
Se tiver algum espírito aqui, eu expulso você da minha casa.
Ai, Jesus! Ai, meu Deus!
Não aceito você na minha casa, eu não
Meu Deus
aceito.
do céu! Ai,
Eu ordeno que você saia da minha casa agora.
Thiago do céu, cara! Meu...
Did you notice it? As Tiago continued blessing the area with holy water, the chair suddenly jerked backward as if something invisible had taken offense to what he was doing. The team believed they had finally located the source of the activity, the epicenter of whatever was haunting the house. But that moving chair was only the beginning. What happened next was far more disturbing than any of them expected.
Passa bastante. A bola do Cauê.
Hã?
A bola do Cauê, amor. Amor.
Você tá querendo brincar com a gente, né?
Será que tudo desceu pra não sair daqui, amor? Olha isso, gente.
Você tava aqui, tá?
Tava no quarto dele.
O que você está fazendo aqui?
Ai, Jesus.
O que você está fazendo aqui?
Meu Deus do céu.
Não aceito você na minha casa.
Saia daqui.
Maria, você aceita aqui? Você acha?
Eu não sei, a bola tava aí. Olha aí, esse quarto. Agora não tem nada. Eu vou esperar aquela boneca. Thiago, eu acabei de passar aqui e a bola tava aqui.
Before they even had a chance to leave the room, the unseen force pulled off something straight out of a horror movie. A child's ball suddenly rolled down the staircase from a room that appeared completely empty. As if that wasn't unsettling enough, the ball had come from the children's bedroom. Fortunately, the investigators had already sent the kids to stay with their grandmother before beginning the investigation. Unless their grandmother had somehow become an invisible ghost with perfect aim, it's hard to explain how that ball
Hang tight.
moved on its own.
What happens
By
next
this point,
slams
the
the brakes on
investigators
that
were
theory
convinced they
real
were dealing
fast.
with something far beyond coincidence.
Amor.
Thaís, aquele dia que a gente pegou, instalou a câmera, essas gavetas abrindo, cara. A
Verdade.
câmera pegou essas gavetas abrindo, cara.
Aham. Foi mesmo.
Tá repreendido. Você tá vendo isso?
Thiago é alguma coisa e não tá querendo sair daqui. Mas vai sair. Amor do céu.
Pra fora!
The closer they got to the mysterious doll, the more violent and unpredictable the activity became. Finally, after experiencing one terrifying event after another, they decided to do what they probably should have done the moment the package arrived.
Já tá aqui.
Vamos levar isso pro rio, amor. Vamos despachar isso.
Pessoal, a gente vai até um rio e vai queimar isso aqui e jogar em água corrente. Thaís, vamos. Preciso pegar a chave.
Preciso colocar minha bota.
Vamos ajeitar aqui, vamos ir.
They chose to burn the doll, but just as the flames completely surrounded it, something unbelievable happened. And what happened next nearly knocked Tiago to the ground. Take a look.
Fogo!
Repreendido na Jesus Cristo, de alguma maldade. Veja por esse negócio fazendo maldade pra nós e vai embora. O que você acha aí?
Ah! Thiago do céu!
Que isso?
Meu Deus do céu! Amor do céu!
Não chega perto não.
The instant he finished saying his prayer, the doll suddenly exploded like a firecracker. Since when do ordinary rag dolls explode with that much force?
Ah! Thiago do céu!
Que isso?
Meu Deus do céu!
With their hearts racing, the investigators gathered what remained of the burned doll, threw the charred pieces into a nearby river, and left the area as quickly as they could. If there's one lesson to take away from this story, it's simple. If a stranger offers you a haunted doll, don't accept it, send it right back.
Ai, Jesus! Ai, meu Deus!
Não aceito você na minha casa, não aceito.
While working a shift inside a warehouse, a man named Jay noticed something unusual out of the corner of his eye. It lasted only a brief moment, but it was enough to make him stop and take a second look. Feeling unsettled, Jay pulled out his phone and began recording, hoping to capture whatever had caught his attention. At first, everything seemed completely normal, but only moments later, it happened again, and this time, the camera caught it. In the footage, a man can be seen walking through an open doorway. At first glance, nothing appears out of the ordinary. A few moments later, however, the same man seems to return. As he steps back through the doorway, his body gradually begins to fade. The farther he walks inside, the more transparent he appears, almost as though he is slowly disappearing from reality itself. The bizarre footage leaves Jay completely confused. He looked around the warehouse in disbelief, as if wondering whether anyone else witnessed what had just happened. Even after replaying the recording several times, he still cannot explain what he captured. Some viewers believe the effect was caused by unusual lighting, camera angles, or an optical illusion. Others think it resembles a glitch in the Matrix. And, of course, many are convinced it could be something paranormal. Perhaps even a ghost caught on camera. But what do you think? Was it simply a trick of the light? Or did Jay record something that wasn't supposed to be there? In our final video, a man claims he recently began hearing strange noises throughout his home. Before long, he also started noticing objects moving on their own. When he told other people about the bizarre events, no one believed his story. Determined to prove he wasn't imagining things, he began recording whenever something unusual happened. One day, while home alone, he heard a strange noise coming from his bedroom. He immediately grabbed his phone, started filming, and walked in to investigate. What happened next was absolutely terrifying.
Whoa, what the Man, this is too freaky. Way too freaky.
Without warning, several objects inside the room suddenly began moving on their own. But the most chilling moment came when the man briefly turned toward the television. Behind him, a strange creature-like figure slowly appeared in the background. He quickly spun around to see what was there, but there was nothing. No person, no creature, and no obvious explanation. After experiencing that terrifying encounter, the man became convinced that something paranormal was haunting his home. So what do you think? Was this genuine paranormal activity caught on camera, or is there another explanation for the disturbing events taking place inside that house?
Whoa, what the
Wait for tomorrow, and kindly don't forget to subscribe. If you want to share your own story or want to contact us, you can mail scarycamyt@gmail.com.